everybody, this is Butch Grimes. We're ready to do something tonight. I know it's late night and I had a taste. I had a taste for something different. I didn't mean that, but that was just to kind of get me warmed up. But I did have a taste tonight. I had a taste for crawfish. So I decided tonight would be a great night for us to just kind of throw something together for a quick snack that could last us for a couple of days. So I decided to do a little crawfish, some shrimp, some sausage, some bell peppers, and a number of other little ingredients that I like to add to my pot. A little different than most people, but it is a little different, some different ingredients as well as a little different taste. So anyway, let's get started. Let's go over to my little cooking area, and you can kind of get an idea of what I'm working with here. As you can see, I've already started prepping stuff. So we're going to start out with some green onions, which we've already kind of cut up. We cut them up big, and I cut up about 3 or 4. Actually, I cut up 3 green onions, and I also have some red potatoes that I'm going to be working with. So we're going to put some red potatoes in there, and I got some white onions that are chopped up, as you can see. I put them in quarters. I didn't want to chop them up too small because they're going to just season the water real nicely and go right into the pot. And in addition to that, I have some red bell peppers that I cut up. So you can see I got a lot of little stuff over here, and all of this is eventually going to go into the pot, slowly but surely. So here's our little first batch. As you can see, this is what we're going to start out with, and we're going to work our way over to the pot. So we're going to put that in here. Nice and hot. Ooh, that's going to be really good. So we got that in the pot now. So we put that in, and we're going to let that cook down. And as we let that cook down, then we're going to start adding in some of our other flavors. But in the meantime, while that's cooking, I'm going to add some garlic. This is minced garlic, and I like to start out with about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. There you go. Now, what we have in the water also is I have some crab boil, some shrimp boil already working in the pot, and you can see it's nice and hot, and it's starting to cook. And so this is looking really good. And then eventually we're going to start working in our crawfish. We're going to work in some shrimp. We're going to work in some wonderful sausage that I've also sauteed, as you can see, with some garlic and a little red wine. That's good. So, one other ingredient that we're going to add to our water is some Chardonnay. I'm going to put some Chardonnay, and I'm going to use a little red wine. So that's going to give it a little more flavor, and we're going to let that cook down. And then as we let that cook down, we're going to come back and start going into the other ingredients. So stick with me. We're getting there. I lost my cocktail. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, stay with us, and we're going to be back for our next ingredient. Well, we're back at it. We're still adding, as you can probably see, we're still adding to our pot. You know, we started out with some garlic, and we started out with some Chardonnay and a little red wine for flavoring. Then we put our crab boil in as well. We had our crab boil in first, just kind of getting the water together, getting it nice and hot, boiling. And then at that point, then we started cutting up, of course, you saw earlier, the red onions, the white onions, the brown onions. We also use some nice red potatoes. And now we're going to go into our second half. And as you can see, just based on, let me show you where we're at now. You can see that we got a real nice steam going. and things are really starting to cook up well. Look at that. Look at those babies. Look at that. Look at that. Those good onions and potatoes are just cooking, and they're just going to cook down. So we're going to let them cook for a while, and then we're going to start adding in some of our other ingredients. And one of those ingredients is, as you can see here on the stove, I have some scallops in a butter sauce. And let's see if the light will give you a little better look. These are just some scallops. Oh, I want to use that. These are some scallops and some mussels in just a butter sauce that I put together with some seasoning, and I'm just letting those simmer and cook down some. And as they cook down, then I'm going to prepare to start adding in the other pieces to the puzzle. So as you can see, we got our scallops here, and they are coming along really nice. Now that's going to go into the pot with everything else. Yes, scallops. So unlike, maybe the Louisiana way of doing crawfish, I'm doing it a little different. We're also adding, we've added some white wine, some good Chardonnay to our sauce, as well as we're going to put those mussels. We're going to have some great little mussels in addition to the to everything else. So we got some nice mussels, fresh mussels ready to go, and we also got the scallops. So we're going to add that in addition to our shrimp and our corn, and we're just going to continue to layer this dish. And as we layer it, we'll season it up a little more, but right now it's coming out real well. So stick with us, don't go far, and I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here. So here we go. Okay, we're getting ready to now fold everything in and get it ready. It's good and hot. Our pot is all of our vegetables, our good old wine, the potatoes. They're cooking down. They're ready to be married with our other ingredients. Okay, so let's go over to our cooking area, and I'll show you some of the other things that I'm going to be working with here. So now we're ready to roll. We already put some garlic in, but we're going to put a little more garlic. We're going to cut up about 3 lemons, so you can see here. And then we're going to start folding in our mussels. We're going to fold in our shrimp, which is going to be near the end. We're not going to do that right off. We're going to do that pretty much near the end. We're going to put our corn, which we have over here to the side, and then we're going to start cooking our crawfish. And one of the other things that we're going to do is we're going to start folding in our mussels. So as you can see here, these are ready to go now. They're cooked down, got some good butter, seasoning on it, looking real good. So we're going to now move this and start putting all of this stuff into the pot. So now we're going to start rolling it in and putting it together. So as you can see, we're going to put that into the pot, turn off our fire. Oh, it smells great. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that smells wonderful. And then I'm going to bring all of our other stuff over, and we're going to put our garlic and all those things into the pot as well. And we're going to add some mussels. Wow. It's looking good now. Oh yeah, that's coming out. You can just smell it. The smell is incredible. So, the smell is incredible. My folks in the audience are laughing because they said they want to smell it just like I smell it. But they're going to get a chance, I'm sure, as soon as I'm done with this. I probably won't even get a chance to show you guys because they're going to be on it. I'm going to take and put a little more white wine just for flavoring because I've got it seasoned up real nicely and I don't want to over season it. But right now it is perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is coming out real nice. So we're moving, we're doing it in layers as I said before, and it's coming out real well. We haven't started with the seafood yet. We haven't started folding that in because we're going to cook that last. So that way it really marries with all of our ingredients and our onions and potatoes and so on. And our wine, our white wine, our red wine, as well as our garlic. So that's now is really getting through, cooking through, and it's going to hold on to that flavor. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll because we're going to then fold in our corn. We're going to put our top on so we can keep all those good juices in place. And in the meantime, we're going to just have something to relax us. Well, we're finally there. We've gotten everything married together. We got everything in the pot. It's cooked. It's seasoned well. So let's check it out. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. Ah, it looks really, really good. Those crawfish, potatoes, the corn. Let's get a little scoop. I'm going to put it up on our tray. Get a couple scoops. Ah, look at that. Looks wonderful. So now you can take a quick peek and you can see what we've been working on. And there it is. Looks great. Shrimp, corn, potatoes, onions, crawfish, sausage. So it looks really good. So rather than you taking my word for it that is really good, I actually have a special guest who's going to have her own show called Doctors That Cook. We'd like to welcome Dr. Rue. Hey, Dr. Rue.
Hello, how are you?
And we're going to let her sample and see what she thinks. Go for it.
Let's see, what do I start with first? Well, let's have a little shrimp. Pretty good. I must say so. Pretty good. You did all right.
See, now, if I got an okay from the doctor, you see that? That's a thumbs up. Then you know it must be pretty good.
Okay. Pretty good. You did okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Not too highly seasoned. You know, we didn't over season it or anything. It's just right. We married all those seasons together and all the vegetables and the crawfish and the shrimp. And everything got together and had one big party, and this is how it came out. And those of you that like crawfish, they are seasoned very well, as you can see. So, Dr. Rue, tell me a little bit about your show, though, because I know you're going to have a show called Doctors That Cook, and I know that, I forgot, but we'll talk a little bit about that. But I know that you're going to have a show called Doctors That Cook.
Yeah, so basically we're formulating the whole show, and it's going to be different physicians from different specialties cooking different meals, because doctors, just by the nature that we cook healthy. So we want to show you how to cook food that's desirable, delectable, and yet that is okay and good for you. That's the strategy. Like, you need a napkin, though.
Well,
that's not quite healthy.
It was good, though.
Okay.
It was tasty. Well, we're going to...
I'm done, though.
You sure?
Yeah.
You've done a great job. About that, hey, she's giving us a great thumbs up. And, you know, it is since it is Sunday and I've decided to cook late and create this dish, I just want to say, go Raiders.
The Raiders lost. Okay. They did score a point.
Well, that's what I'm saying, go Raiders.
Okay.
We're trying to give them some encouragement.
All right, so hopefully we'll see you all on the other side, doctors that cook.
So, until next time, this is Butch Grimes, the Cooking Bachelor. And don't forget, keep eating late. Bye-bye.